O'clock. Good evening, one
Good
and
evening.
all. You
Lovely to
know,
see you all.
it's nice to see you all here because we keep on going because it's important. Everybody needs to know there's a structure, and that structure means at 8 o'clock on a Monday night we reach. That being said, you know what? Tonight we have a special person. Now I've known this gentleman for a long time, and you know what? Just speaking his name to me brings a warmth to my heart because I've known him from he was a young man learning about life.
Yeah.
So it's with my absolute pleasure I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Steven Oram, the creator of Proud and Gifted.
Hi,
Welcome, Stephen. How are you?
I'm
welcome,
fine, thanks. Can you hear me?
Stephen. Yeah, oh,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, we can hear you loud
definitely.
and clear.
Lovely
Wow,
to see you. Thank you
love that.
for coming on the show.
No, that like I said, thank you very much for the invite. This particular conversation, it's quite emotional because humor.
Oh, don't. We're not gonna start. Okay, all right.
Right.
So
Stephen,
I'm gonna stop there for a minute because this is gonna be a really good one. Okay, but Stephen has done an immense amount of work highlighting and spotlighting all of our young people and their achievements. So it's lovely to have him on this evening
and to speak about his achievement,
his
to
achievements,
actually do what he's done.
yeah, and his story so far and what he's done and so on. So just sit back, and as we always say as well, have your notepad and pen ready because you never know what
What
gems
gems will be
will
flowing.
be flowing tonight that can also help you in your journey through life and through business if that is what you do. All right, so there might be a couple of tears, but that's all good, right? You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong in showing emotion here, especially when
We love each other.
you're doing things that impact people's lives. All right. So once again, Stephen, welcome. I may stop and start every now and again just to see if there's any questions or things that people put into the chat. Sometimes they do, sometimes they just like to listen, which is also good as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Let's
get
start
going. Let's go.
by saying, Stephen, who are you and where you're from?
I have to adjust my mic. Is everything okay?
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
Yeah,
good.
cool.
yes,
Yes.
you're good.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Stephen, and I'm proud to say, born and raised in Hackney, and Hubert was one of my youth workers. You know what? It has to be said because we're going to get into it later, but it's sitting here with somebody that watched me grow up, taught me a few things in the original youth club settings. Thank you very much.
Pleasure,
God bless you.
pleasure,
God bless you.
pleasure. So we're going to talk about. So you're from Hackney, and so where were you educated? What school were you educated in Hackney?
Well, I told my mum I went to go to a mixed school, so I went Hackney Free. I didn't want to go to an all boys school.
I hear you. I was in South Hackney, so you know how you go.
Yeah. Oh yes. See, yeah. So I was schooled in primary school Rushmore, and then secondary school Hackney Free.
Okay, all right. So in terms of what do you actually do at the present moment on top of, because you said that there was something that you did which was even more extraordinary than Proud and Gifted, which is ridiculous. How a man can do such oh my gosh. What do you do on top of Proud and Gifted?
In my day job for the last, I think it's 11 years now, I'm an appropriate adult where I support and assist vulnerable people and juveniles when they get arrested at the police station, just to safeguard their rights,
Yeah.
make sure they understand why they're in a police station. My friends can't believe I do that type of job because I'm just a big kid. But when it's time to switch on and support people, I think that could be my first love. It's strange as it sounds. It could be my first love because I really enjoy just explaining or talking with somebody, if they know why they're being arrested,
Yeah.
Please obtain legal advice. A lot of time they told me no. So by the time I get in a consultation room with them and just speak to them how I think the best way to speak to them is,
Yeah. Yeah.
I reckon 7 times out of 10, they say, yeah, cool, no problem. Because I make them understand that I'm here to support you, but I cannot give you legal advice. They say, why not? But like I said, obviously, I'm not trained to that. I'm not privileged to that.
Yeah.
That's why they have specials. That's why people do that type of job, because they're trained and qualified.
Right.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the day job I do. So yeah, so when some we'll talk about it later, but when people's in my DM say to me, "Oh, why are you celebrating the good kids? What about the bad kids?" I tell them straight,
Yeah.
I'll play that game with someone else, because my job is
You lived it.
Yeah.
You know something?
You lived it.
You know something? Stephen just said that he's a child. And what he meant is his humor, his persona.
Yeah.
I knew that from day one.
Yeah.
When I met Stephen, it was like his curiosity, his wanting to know what was going on and wanting to do things.
Yeah.
He was never someone who wanted to just sit down. So with Stephen, it was easy. He was always going to be doing something. And it's, it's kind of, it's good for me to hear that he's actually giving back to his community and giving back to people, because that's who he is. When you meet Stephen, he's a life and soul. You cannot help but fall in love with him.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
That's true. But what I would say,
no, serious is serious, but it's that kind of heart.
Yes.
No, I hear that, but I say it because I like to go on a lot of volunteering times. Is that my connection? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, it might be ours,
back. However, I do enjoy the community aspect of helping my community. In that sense.
Okay, so let's take it back to the beginning then, because now I'm gonna ask certain questions that I don't know. So if we start back from the beginning, we know you went to school in Hackney. You're born and bred in Hackney. What was growing up like for you, and in your younger days? What was that like, and how, in a way that will perhaps inspire somebody that may be listening and thinking, "Gosh, that's me."
Number one thing is, I had the fear of my mum growing up, not even my dad, and my mum Doris, she's about 5 foot and change, but I'll be honest, I had the fear of my mum. So some of my friends were getting in trouble, which is, as I said, it's just life choices, and some people are in certain situations. So if you've been arrested, it's just one of them things. So a few of my friends were always getting arrested, but I think I was fearful of my mum, because the one time I got arrested, everybody heard my mum's mouth in the police station.
So there's a fear of mum, right?
Get you straight.
Get you kind of say.
The fear of my mum. My dad never hit us because of his upbringing. He always said he'll never hit his children, me and my 2 sisters. Whereas my mum, fair enough, she disciplined us. But growing up for me, I think I had fun. I didn't experience a lot of things that young people are experiencing now, or what some of my friends might have experienced. With me, I just didn't let certain situations, I guess, get to me growing up.
Right. Yeah.
Because
a
lot of people might not know, but I'm 51 years old, and to me, life is just,
okay. Holler that again,
if he put on a school uniform.
Say that again, please, for everybody to hear, because people need to also understand. You know what I mean? That you need to. When you say 51 or 35 or 62, it's kind of different in our community, isn't it? So say your age again, so that everyone knows.
51. I'm born 1970. Gemini.
Amen.
Two-face.
Amen.
But I just think where some of us might have let things get to ourselves growing up in life, I think for myself, I didn't really let certain situations really, thank God, obviously, touch wood, stress me out.
Okay, all right. And what were your coping mechanisms with certain situations, like growing up and going to school in Hackney back then for you?
My friends played a big part. I always looked at my friends as people that I really cared about. And as long as I could pick up the phone, my best friend Errol from the school, I was with him last night. No, I was with him on Saturday because he was at my grandparents' house. As long as I had people like him that I could turn to, which I still do, but growing up, for me, it's just being happy and knowing that my friends are, because family's family. My family's always been there for me. So for me, that's standard. Family sits there separate, high up.
Yeah.
But it's my friends who still play a key part in my life now.
Okay.
So my question for you is, going totally on the other end, how did you come about this idea of Proud and Gifted? What happened, and how does that link with your life?
I'll tell you what happened. I was sitting there with my niece one day, and let me go back a bit. I've always had an idea. No, start again. I always wanted to celebrate young people in some form.
Yeah.
And I always would buy domain names. Always. I must own about 50 or whatever. Always buy domain names. And then I think one day I was with my niece and I realized I didn't know what page I can go to that I know for a fact there's going to be 90% of positive story on people.
Right.
Because all share the odd negative story. It's human nature, I guess.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find a page. If I did find a page, I noticed that behind the positive story was so much negative stories about young black kids.
Okay.
So as I says, speak to my little sister Esther, and then we're talking on WhatsApp one day. I'll never forget this. She said to me, "Right, find a name that represents what you're doing." So I thought, okay. Sat there that evening, but came up with Proud, this, Gifted, that. Sent her this. She goes, "No." Once I put Proud and Gifted together, for me that was it.
Yeah.
Light bulb switched on. Boom, no problem. Sent it to Esther. Even though she thinks up to this day she owns Proud and Gifted, but you know how families are, really, isn't it? You know how families are. So
she made it. She made
it. Yeah. She tells people up to this day, I am one of the founders. No, you helped me construct the name. But
well, that's her claim.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem. Family, you know it go. Always arguing about it and whatnot. But so I bought the name. It was August 2018. But then I had another problem. Like usual, what am I gonna do? Like I still didn't know what the plan was regards Proud and Gifted.
Right.
No, we've all got ideas in our head written down. Then I realized, okay, what about if so my friend's son, Ron, at the time, he's a video producer and he's always producing videos. So I thought, okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to award him. Written down so much things. But the plan was to let my cousins, two of my cousins, one interview, one film. I didn't really want to be on the camera. But I arranged them one day and they didn't turn up. So then I thought, cool, they let me down. But see, I've got a young person waiting.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, let me film it myself. So we went, I did order a medal and it had engraved on it, "Keep Inspiring." Because slowly but surely the idea started to come. So we went over to my local park to shoot a promo video for Proud and Gifted. Don't get me wrong, he done it with ease, I have to say. When we finished, I turned the camera on him. I said, "Well, Ron, I'd like to award you for what you've been doing." and I presented him with his medal. And the look on his face was like, I've got it recorded. No one's ever given me a medal before for what I do.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah. So I was like, you know, them time I'm grinning, you know me already. I'm busting. I'm thinking, wow, I didn't expect that type of reaction.
Yeah.
So my first video officially came out December 2018. Obviously, I'll be 3 years old in December coming. So the first video I put out was amazing, but I forgot one thing. If no one knows about the product, it might just sit there. And it did. Because we think people's going to share us. It doesn't work like that. But we think that's how it works. Few people liked it, got a few views. Then I realized after day 1 or day 2, people move on.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay. So the idea started to come now. So from that day, I gave young people would receive a little medal and a certificate to go with it.
Yeah.
So that's what's been happening up until I think July this year, because we start now give trophies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
But just to say for a minute, in case I forget, my sponsor is James Shoe Care, Martin.
The shoe doctor.
Yeah, I approached him. I spoke to him. He said, "Yeah, Steve." I sent him a text because I was buying the medals at first. But then you learn things as you go along. Because to me, the medals were quite cheap to buy, but then you realize, no, maybe somebody might can sponsor me. So I first asked him and he didn't reply. So I thought, let me call him. He goes, Steve, I didn't receive the message, blah, blah, blah. As soon as I sent him the official message, he said, yeah, no problem. And he's been sponsoring my medal since, I think it's, maybe mid-July-ish, 2019. So he's been sponsoring my medal. So
that is James the shoe doctor. Yeah, now he's at Barkingside. Yeah,
that's right.
That's important that we realize that's a brother who he's got his own company and he does your medals, your shoes, your keys and everything. So we're saying big up to James Shoe Care.
And obviously to recognize and to support you as well and sponsor what the great things that you're doing over there. That's really good. So so you went on from there.
So wait a minute. You've actually you did your first video, found that it was on the chair, not doing anything in particular. How did you now transfer it to getting people to see? What did you do from that point?
It just increased my awards.
Okay.
The first one was December. I think the next one was in January. So, because I've done a lot of research and watching YouTube to change my mindset.
Okay. That's important.
But I think there's one thing with some black people, including myself, we missed the trick from the beginning. I never watched nothing to monetize it.
That's it. Yeah.
But the more I've learned, I had an English friend that told me straight, Steve, love you black people for what you do. You've got ideas from your heart. But then you think of the money when you're 1 or 2 years in.
Yeah.
When you've had a big cost going out. And that's what I try to explain to young people. Don't worry about what people might think about you earning money. This is your product. Think about the money. I'm not live from the get-go.
Yeah.
But so what I've done, I got a video out January. Then I aim to get 1 out a month. But then I went to 2 videos a month.
Yeah.
So the more people, and I'm always posting, my main platform is Instagram. So I was always be in my stories. And then I also will share other young people's, it's not just what I do, I share young people's content for them to see that someone else is sharing your stuff. So that's how I believe you got, let's face it, if I went viral on my second video, I wouldn't know what to do next, because people need to understand going viral is cool. But if you can't keep producing what went viral,
maintaining that.
You're going to have the followers, but they're just going to sit there because they're going to realize, all right, some people get lucky and the one viral, but I just think that with social media, people need to see you doing things.
Yeah.
And it ain't no secret. from black man's point of view or black person's point of view, we have to put that work in even more, because we got to prove to the people around us that we know anyway that this is what I'm doing, this is the work I'm putting in. But that's what I done. All I done was just increase the amount of awards I was giving out.
And your visibility.
So that I'll give you everything. When I first, say 2019, I would go to an event, because I'm always out there networking, because that's the only way to raise awareness of what you do. So I would go out on a Saturday, I would film, because again, when I said about YouTube, I learned film to edit. So I would just film so much stuff. And I kid you not, I will start that maybe a Saturday evening, and I could be still there on the Sunday, because remember, I'm new to editing.
And you're learning how to edit and
because I'm a big socialite, but I didn't rave for 6 months. 6 months. Because
what, you give up the rave? Well, there you go.
I give it up. By the time I look at the time, it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock, because I might not start till about 8. So but then I realized, cool, no problem. Obviously, been raving all my life. It ain't going nowhere. I'll go back. But I was enjoying. I was really enjoying the process of going out, filming, meeting young people. It was better when no one didn't know that I was proud and gifted, because I could rock up to a young person, say who I am, ask for their story. But now, example, went out on Saturday to a book launch. Wow, it's changed. It's changed. But I feel better that the young people are rushing me.
Sorry, your line's just gone. But we'll catch up.
I don't know if that's also you.
Your line just gone. So you feel better young people are rushing you? Yep. You were saying?
I preferred it when they didn't know who Proud and Gifted was, but now I am. It's nice when they come up to me, because I will do a quick video with them and share them in my stories to let them see that this is what we do.
Well, that's good.
That is fantastic. Now, can I ask you, what is the criteria for you looking at a young person? So to say that you're they're proud and gifted. What is it that you look for in terms of giving someone a certificate to say?
There's no big criteria. If me and my team, we would obviously research, like, say you said your nephew, we need to see that it's not parent-led or guardian-led, the story. We need to see, we just need to see that, we just need to see that the young person is doing what we was told they're doing. And if, as you know, everybody can't get an award. So what we will do, no problem, we will share their stuff in our stories and let them see that we've noticed them. I get pulled up sometime. I sent you my stuff, and maybe they're right, but people need to understand not everybody. My DMs, Instagram is crazy. It's crazy. With
So how do you decide? Is it a team of you that decide, who
you're going to see and
who's going to be recommended, or do you get people that say this is the young person that we're putting forward?
If someone puts someone forward, because remember, at the same time, I'm always online looking for stories. And I should have said from the because we don't wait for people to send us stuff. Like that was the first time I thought, right, let me sit down and look at my content for the week. And I've got a young person to share maybe 2-3 times a day. However, I'm going to increase my awards now, because it's still hard to meet people. So what I've reverted back to, because in the beginning, what I was doing was posting out certificates. And then eventually meet the young person. So I'm going to revert back to that, so we can get out maybe 2 a week now. Because there's so much young people to share. So so if I get a story I'll be honest with you, if I like that story and I believe, you know what, it's inspired me,
Yeah.
or it definitely will inspire somebody of their age, I'll just message them back and say, yeah, could just let me know how it works regards meeting, because no matter who I talk to online, I make sure it's legal guardian, and like we'll get a phone number. I don't just agree to meet someone and we're gonna just
Yeah.
young
Yeah.
say female, and oh no, because
So
obviously
you've got
I know about
protocols and
safeguarding.
processes. Yeah.
Yeah.
The processes that
And
you
we
go
always if we meet, say, a shopping center, I'll always meet in a public place so that I could be seen, they could be seen.
Yeah.
Obviously we can't film inside a shopping center, but at least we know I've met them somewhere very central, and then we'll pick a quiet spot. But again, time's gone on. I've learned. I put a lapel mic on them now.
Yeah.
And
Good.
yeah, I'm
Excellent.
still waiting for individuals to come back to me to film me when I'm on a roll, but I've learned one thing: I just crack on and just get on with things myself.
And do it.
You work with what you've got.
Excellent.
So that's it.
So the young people, when you do approach them or when you do ring them, how are they when you say, you know, I love what you're doing and I feel that you should be representative or get this award? How have they received that information?
I think I'm more excited than them, right?
I've seen it.
Because it's like there was a one of the young people that I featured 2019, Carrie Denigan. She's a Paralympian. She just recently won 2 silvers in Tokyo.
Oh, wonderful.
So I've always been celebrating her. But when I first messaged her in 2019, she answered. And I was like, wow, because to me, these young people are superstars. I don't care how much followers they have.
Yeah.
And it's no disrespect to a young person if they've got 100,000 followers. I still celebrate young people that's got 300 followers.
Yes. Yeah.
Because we all started somewhere. Right. Yeah. We all. But when she replied back, I was like, wow. And then she's based up Coventry, so I was meant to travel up there. But then she texted me one and said, "Oh, we're gonna go to Newham Sports Centre." So I thought, cool. Went there, and in my eyes, this young lady's a superstar because she won BBC Sports Personality of the Year 2018.
Woo!
Whoa.
So imagine, brilliant. Thank you. So imagine when I'm Googling, I'm like, wow. I'm like, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Look what
sorry. No.
Look at
we are natural, man. We're natural.
And I'm like, so further, remember, I was aware of her unknowing about the BBC Sports Personality. Yeah. And this is another thing why Proud and Gifted was born. We need to know about them stories because she won a big award on national TV. I never saw it. I didn't see it.
It's true.
So so this is why we highlight the story. So when I met her at the at Newham Sports, I tell you what, I'm there with her mum and dad. They were lovely people. They're lovely as well.
Yeah.
And when I met her that day, that's when I surprised her with an award.
Even after she's gone to the Olympics, she's come back, she's won her silver, and then you come.
So I'm there with the parents. I said, because I can think on my feet. So I won't give away how I do it, but I can think on my feet to think, all right, boom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you do it.
Yeah.
So I'm filming her, she's telling me her story, then her mum just comes from behind with an award because I do like to catch the reaction.
Yeah.
And her reaction, I was speechless because in my eyes, remember she won silver or bronze for Great Britain at 15 years old. She went back to school with her Paralympian medal.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah. Now, if that's not inspiring, I don't know.
I'm in the presence of these young people. And remember, she was inspired by our Paralympics 2012.
Yeah.
She was inspired then, and then I think that was 11 years old. So she's gone on. 4 years later. That's right. Yeah. And then she represented Team GB.
Brilliant. But I like the way that you approach the young people and you find the stories for them.
That is really good. So can I ask you then, in terms of, so would you say that that is one of your best sort of meetings of a young person? Because I've seen some
No,
where you've gone to was it Cambridge to give someone an
Eton.
award. Eton.
Yeah, Eton.
Yeah. Sorry,
Ooh.
those people from from Eton will be very angry with me today because boy, the Eton is another place. So what happened there? That young
Again,
man.
young man called Joshua. Saw his story online, and then because I try not to chase young people if they're in the headlines,
Right.
because to me a lot of people do that. Clout, leave them to one side after. But his story popped up, so I messaged him. Again, he answered. He said, "Yeah, cool." I said, "Because I don't lie to him. I'd like you to tell me my story so we can show the world what you do." So he said to me, "Yeah." So I remember that day. He said to me, he's doing an open evening at Eton because he just left, but they asked him to come back. So, and I'm quite a lazy person, so I'm looking at the traffic on my phone. It's gone up by 10 minutes. I'm thinking an hour to get to Eton.
Yeah.
Hour, 10 minutes. Friend said to me, wife said to me, no, just go. All right, gone there now. I kid you not. Pulled up outside the grounds, and when you see the building alone in Windsor,
yeah,
that thing gave me goosebumps. I was like, wait.
What is this?
So I'm excited. Yeah. So I've got there now. He was inside, but a lady came back. She goes, "Oh yes, Joshua said he's expecting you." So I thought, cool. This boy's carrying weight in there now. So took me in, signed in, and I'm like, I'm standing in the grounds of Eton.
Yes.
Wow. And you've just frozen in the grounds of Eton.
But hopefully
we're getting back in the moment.
Yeah.
So you're standing in the grounds of Eton.
That's all right. Those places, them places weren't designed for people like me and you. Fact. Don't care what no one says. So standing there now, I'm like, wow. So I thought I was going to be there, honestly, give and take, hour.
Yeah.
The man had me there, I think, for he took me around the whole building. So as I'm going around, I've still got footage from 2019 that I even put out.
Yeah.
So everywhere I've gone,
what did this young man do? Yeah. What was his
basically
award for?
His award for, he applied for Eton himself after seeing somebody else of color study at Eton, and he said he could do that.
Wow.
And to me, that's obviously his parents helped him, but he applied for it.
Applied for himself. Wow.
Yeah, to go at Eton.
But he also applied the education to get there because they wouldn't accept him. So that's not a double. Wow.
So I've gone there now. My award was purely for that. Joshua took me in the library. His name is etched on the library wall because he was a prefect there.
Jeez.
I looked up and I said, Lord, thank you. I said, Jono, I said, Lord, thank you for this link up because his name is etched on the wall. Call it a Hall of Fame because he was a prefect.
Yes. He was a prefect there, and he's the one that got himself, obviously with his parents backing and everything, but he's the one that channeled himself and said, this is where I want to be. Applied, got in, and has done
that. So he's from South London. I don't know if it's Canberra or Peckham, but that's where he's from. That side, South London.
Right.
You know, that story is amazing. But what would be lovely is to find out what's happening now. Where is he at now? A follow-up story.
He's in his last year at Cambridge. It's Cambridge, his last year.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Follow him up. Keep in touch. Yeah, I need to know.
No, I still even though I awarded him back then, I still keep in contact because I follow them. Obviously he gave me his number, so I still keep in contact with him. This is his last year. It's funny, during lockdown, I was meant to meet him and another boy who just left Eton, who got into Columbus University in America.
Woo!
Don't joke.
Man,
don't joke.
And the thing is, that's why we applaud you, because we wouldn't know about these stories unless you really have time to kind of tap into the stories online or, you know, on social media, we would not know about these young people. So, you know, that's what we thank you for, because you are showing,
Oh,
you
thank
know,
you.
these
You're
young
showing a
people
light on
in
these young
every
people.
day. That is a feat within itself. You know what I mean? With all the, you know, it's nice to know that young people are saying, I don't care what the barriers are. This is
I'm
what I
jumping.
want,
I'm jumping.
and I'm going to do this. You know,
Yeah.
if that's not inspiring to the rest of us, you know, then we should be really proud of the young people and
So
what they're doing.
And also, the eating thing was quite good because I met his headmaster and he said to me straight, yes, Josh told me he was coming. So when we're walking around the grounds, I said to the headmaster, I'd like you to present me with my certificate.
That was the picture.
Yeah, and he said to me, no problem. He goes, I know exactly where. So then we've walked over and he stopped right in front of that statue. And he turned to Joshua and took it from under his gown and said, this is from Proud of Gifted, but we also honor you. Listen, that drive from Windsor,
yes,
I go to my sister's in Chingford. I never stopped smiling on the whole motorway because when I was there, I uploaded a quick video on Facebook. Joshua saw these two young black boys walking down outside the grounds who just started. He gave them this little pep talk. And I shared that video. I kid you not, that video went mad because, and the comments, because no matter how much people comment, I still like or try and comment back.
Yeah, you're trying to comment.
People said to me, I never know black boys went to eat them.
Look at that.
Simple as that.
And that is key. Yeah, that's the knowledge that needs to get out.
You see, so you had to go and drive.
You had to go and drive. Yes.
Yeah. So to cut you, your Facebook link, I can't share it because it just says send on it.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, the Facebook link cannot. The Facebook one,
the
no,
Facebook
the
can't link.
The
YouTube, share the YouTube one.
Okay, cool.
Anyone that's not in our group, for anyone that's listening right now, please, if you are watching on as a member, please do share the YouTube link with everyone. They can go over to the YouTube channel right now and be able to view this conversation.
And for those who can't watch it tonight, you can just go onto YouTube and watch it if you're not a member of Black Business Recommendation. So it's not a problem.
No, that's cool. But the eating experience was just obviously unexpected because I said I was there for about 4 hours.
Yeah.
The result of that, they called me back for their first ever Black History Month event, October 2019.
First ever. Hang on. Oh, let's roll that back a bit.
That is
first
fabulous.
Ever. So in this country, they've been celebrating Black History Month for a little while now. You're saying that for
online.
Eton, that's the first time?
Yeah, maybe online with a banner. They told me themselves.
Amazing.
Wow.
Remember, no disrespect. I ain't no motivational speaker, right? So going there, I took my friend with me, Gary, because Gary's another one. He's my advisor. He simplifies all my ideas as well. Me and him went there, and we had dinner there. Obviously, it weren't Caribbean, but you know, we had dinner there, and then it was nice to see that during the whole evening, a lot of the English boys gave up their evening sat down with us. That's mad.
What you want. That's lovely. That's lovely.
That is fantastic.
Yeah. Because what it was when Eton first emailed me, right? I never forget this, right? I was at work and I see this email, this long page on my phone. I thought they emailed me to say take down the video, right? that I posted. And I'm like, oh, not now. Gone home, read the email, and I'm like, hold on. They invite me to could not believe it. Because you know what? Sometimes I guess coming from the hood, you think the worst sometimes, but
yeah,
and that's where the mindset was changed.
Yeah, and the big email was a breakdown of when we get there, what they want us to do, where they want us to go, and I must say, in one of the rooms in Eton that I saw on the day, on the wall you had Boris's name etched, all them MPs that went to Eton, all their name is there. you know what? It's nice, but deep down, them places weren't designed for us, man.
Yeah.
But change is happening. That's all I can say.
Change is coming.
Exactly.
Yeah, change is coming. Now, in terms of Proud and Gifted, I would ask you to say to the audience, what is Proud and Gifted about? Yeah.
Right.
What is it about?
Proud and Gifted is a media platform that goes around the country / worldwide to celebrate young people that's doing amazing things. Why? I believed in 2018 there was not a platform that done exactly that. The page is not about, it's not a race thing or just black kids. However, when you look at the media, the way our black boys and black girls are portrayed in the media, I'm still going to have to look for the facts, but they're a minority, but they grab the headlines. We have too much young people that are doing amazing things that, remember, if someone gets arrested, it's just unfortunate. But we have a lot of children that's never been arrested before, never been in that system, who are doing really well and they get overlooked.
Yeah.
So I decided to take a chance and create that platform. Touch wood, 2 months time, we're 3 years old. I love every minute of it up to today. It can become a bit much because obviously people help me, but I do most of it myself. It's not that I don't want to let go. That's happening. I do have young people that posting my stories at the moment.
Oh, brilliant. I was going to
Yeah. I've got young people that posting their stories, always message young people like, what do you think I should post? I had a young lady in Belgium, but she's just because she got into uni, their university is totally, I think their university is totally different to ours. So it's money. She stopped for now, but she'll be back. But I do arts for young people's help and advice. But that's why Proud and Gifted was born, because I couldn't find a platform that just celebrated black kids 24/7.
Yeah. And that is actually fabulous, because you know what? It's when you go through your website and you see how professional it is, and also the young people and what their accomplishments and achievements are, that's when you recognize that it doesn't exist anywhere. It absolutely doesn't exist.
Yeah, so that website was on. It's funny, I'll be honest with you, I forgot the lady's name now. She found me on LinkedIn a few months ago, and she offered to from EG Plus, she offered to help us. And when I said I need help with my website, they agreed. They looked at it and because remember, I'm the type of person, I work with what I've got. So I created it myself one day just to let people click a link to see Proud and Gifted. But from EG Plus, they said, yeah, we thought you need that. There's 2 other things they're helping me with, but obviously I don't need to say, but they created that website however how I wanted it, and hand on heart, it's give it a professional look.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Yeah.
So what I would ask you is, how would if people are watching and they knew of young people that are doing really good stuff at the moment, really good work, how would they be able to get in contact
with you
to perhaps be able to spotlight them and applaud them their achievements as well?
Yeah, we're on all social medias at Proud and Gifted, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah.
Send us a DM, and obviously our email address is info@proudandgifted.co.uk. Send us a DM. I think if someone done a survey, we're about 95% on the board for answering our messages. And all they've got to do is just send us a link, because not everyone has a social media. I understand that, but we just need to see stuff, regardless what the young person is doing. And then I'll always say thank you very much. I'll share what I can. And then if not, they'll get a message to say that, yeah, we'll be happy to celebrate them. But we do celebrate all of them. But just as you understand, not everybody can get an award.
You
but
can't celebrate everyone, but
yeah,
you can
but
only do as much as you can.
Yeah, and I said earlier, we're gonna increase our awards, and also can't forget we partnered with the Voice newspaper about in July.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, we're frozen a little bit there. You froze, but in July you partnered with the Voice.
Yeah.
Sorry,
and
you're frozen there, Steve.
Contacted them.
Sorry, Steve. Sorry, 1 minute. You froze there for a moment. You said you partnered with the Voice, and that's where you froze.
Well, until he comes back, we can actually share. Steve did go on to BBC Radio London. And there's a lovely picture there. Oh, are you okay there? Are you going to be sharing? Well, whilst Steve is sorting himself out, what we will do is share if you wanted to get in contact with him at all. Okay, so if you
we can hear you, Steve.
If you knew of any young person that you think that Steve would be really interested in knowing about and applauding, then you can send her an email to info@proudandgifted.co.uk. And obviously he will follow that up with you, okay, and the young person involved also. All right, and again, he's available on all
platforms.
Media. Okay, yeah, okay. Did I get that right, Stephen? Yeah, info@proudandgifted.co.uk.
Yeah.
Lovely.
There's.
Okay.
Have you seen the screen? There's a picture on the screen.
Yep, I can see you. Yep, I can see you.
Yeah, on my screen there's a picture of me and Eddie. Yeah, there's a picture of me and Eddie on the screen.
Yes. Yeah, I just put that there. Yeah, I'm going to put it back again. There you go. So tell us about that.
It's still there.
Yeah.
This is mine. Yeah.
Tell us about that.
That's it. Yeah. Eddie contacted me. Well, I know Eddie's wife, Lisa. As you know, we all went youth club together, Hubert.
Yeah. So that's what I remember, and I thought, I know you.
Yeah, youth club. Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lisa. So she contacted me and she goes, Steve, we need to get you on the show. It was after Eton, so you can work it out.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it. But yeah, he made me feel so relaxed. And I never forget Eddie said one thing on his show. What I'm doing is actually not rocket science. But nobody was doing it. And I said, that's true, Eddie. And the way he just said it, I thought, yeah, because we need more. You can't get more Stevens, but we need more Proud and Gifted out there. Because
absolutely,
our children need to be celebrated. But yeah, I think I did cut out before. Yeah, so the Voice, I approached the Voice myself in July, but they told me straight, we've been watching you anyway, because they do follow me on Instagram and that. Yeah. So they goes, we love your work. So lady called Paula, lovely lady. I was meant to send an email, but because I hadn't put a video out for, I think I worked it out, since December 2019.
Yeah.
I didn't put no videos out during the whole of lockdown, because I've done one award on Livestream. Nah, man, my platform weren't designed for that. Honestly, it weren't designed. Yeah. No. Because once we turn off the cameras, I like my young people to have the spotlight wherever I award them. I want them to feel so special in that moment. So because I hadn't put no videos out, I delayed sending Paula the email, but she said, forget that, Steve, we know what you do. So fast forward, agreed on a few things, and I've only done 2 with them. I've got another one that I got to put out, but yeah, they're really supportive. And then they had a spread of me in their newspaper as well. I try my hardest not to make it about me, because I think that's where some people, they've lost their way a bit, but it's put me in positions that it is nice.
Okay.
Good,
like here
good,
today,
good.
like here today. It's nice.
Yeah, you know what, and we will always support you. And I've been watching your development from day one and to the present day. And you know what I've always seen is that there's a song just called "The Joys of Life," and when I see you, I can just see that. You remember that tune, right? And that's what I see because you enjoy what you do, and it's reflected
I
by how
love it,
you
man.
communicate with the people around you. And the young
I love
people
it.
receive your award. I know that for that moment, the world was theirs because that's how
Yeah.
you operate with them, So it's been an absolute pleasure, to talk to you. Now I'm going to ask you a question because you said to me there was something that you wanted to tell me and wait until today. And I'm like, what is it that you want to tell me? Right? What is it?
No, it's gone.
You forgot.
No. No. All I just said, all I really wanted to say is that.
Oh, you're frozen again now.
You're frozen. It's meant to be a P. It's
That's
meant to
cool.
be. You're frozen. You were frozen. You were literally frozen.
I know. No, it's just. Nah, I'm all right now. I think.
You're all right now.
You're good.
You're going to repeat whatever you said.
Yeah. For when you contacted me, Hubert, and I was like, wow, because obviously, as before, I'm coming from a youth club days when you say mentored all of us in the square. And boy, you done a good job because them man there was hard. Them man there.
I remember, man. It was like, wait.
My elders, they were to call the name. They were hard work. We was all right. It was the elders. So to be sitting here today, nah, man, thank you very much. It just shows me that people are paying attention. The message is being heard. And for me to be on your show, well, thank you very much. Because remember, I first met you. I don't know blow up your age, but I left school 81, so I think I got to know
I'm 21. I'm 21.
So I think I got to know you about. I reckon I started youth club. No, I'm not talking about. I've been going youth club since primary school days. I left primary school in 1979. So yeah.
No, I met you in the youth club when you were 30.
So
you wish.
So
I've
sitting.
I've got a picture of you.
Yeah, so sitting here today, I've got well pictures of us, but sitting here today and you showing an interest in what I do, thank you very much.
It's an absolute pleasure.
It's all about paying it forward, isn't it? Paying it forward always, all right? And if we continue to do that, then that is the key. And, going back to what you said when you spoke to Eddie and Esther, it's not rocket science. It really isn't actually rocket. None of what we do is rocket science.
No.
But the thing is, we have to put a spotlight on things that are of value and the great people and skills that we have within our community, because nobody else is doing so until the day comes that we don't, we are seen equally, what we do in life is seen in the same way, then we'll be equals, and then we wouldn't have to do that.
We've always actually said that, as far as Black Business Recommendation is about, the day that we are no longer required will be a great day.
Be a great day.
Yeah. And
while we still want you, man.
Well, you know what? When you're not required, it means that you've done what you need to do, and now you can just continue doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's the important thing. So for you, we want you to continue doing what you're doing, and we want to see a legacy of what you're doing, because there's only one Steven Oram, but there are many ways that people can franchise and work with what you have done, and for you to help people to put that idea out there for everyone to take part in it. Because right now, I still haven't seen anyone who's done it the way that you have. And, so I would ask you, what do you see for your legacy in terms of, Proud and Gifted?
Proud and Gifted, next step to become a charity. I'm being educated about that now. And if there's anybody in the chat or anybody that sees this video that can help me a bit more, I'd appreciate it. I just want Proud and Gifted to, when Steven's moved on, 51, you know, I ain't got too much years in front of the camera doing all that. I ain't got too much years, but I just want the name just to live on. And I'll be honest with you, there's an organization now called Jack Petchley. I think most people might have heard of it.
Jack Petchley, gives awards and so on.
Yeah, that's because always, I don't call them my competitors, but I like to look at people that inspire me, and that platform does, because they're in schools. That's the type of level that
you like
I will be getting to next. Yeah, because that remains as it is. Once you got that type of setup behind you and the backing, but in the short term, yeah, man. Like I said, lockdown halted Proud and Gifted, but I kept the platform going, because during lockdown, what I've done, I celebrated key workers, not just just NHS stuff, but all key workers, all races, and it was over 18. So I had to kind of think on my feet to keep it going, and that went really well as it goes. That was really good, because people started to understand what we do more. Yeah, it's just, you know, I can't lie, I love what I do, even if it's in a police station. But for Proud and Gifted, there's no better joy than when I present a young person with a certificate or a trophy, and 5 minutes after I finish, they're still looking at it or still playing at it, playing with it.
Because somebody's seeing them. Somebody's actually seeing and valuing their achievements and seeing them. Who doesn't want a trophy at the end of the day? Do you know what I mean? And it's you know, and the recognition of what you do.
It's funny you say that, because it's funny you say that, because I was questioning if they still give out medals. My friend Gary said to me, Steve, win competition, what's the first thing they get? And I said, a medal. He goes, there you go. And he goes, look at, no matter how old the person is, look at their reaction. And I was like, that's true, you know. It goes, you're never too old to receive a medal.
And remember one thing, you're never too old to put it on your mantelpiece and show everybody. Yeah, it don't make no difference. If you've got your medal, you've got your trophy, it goes in a proud place.
Exactly.
Yeah?
And my mum still got all my trophies.
There you go.
There you go. Right. So that is what you're doing for the young people there. But once again, all right, I'm going to put up there because, you know, obviously anybody thinking, well, you know, I know of some young people, you know,
please
put it up there.
Please, yeah.
You know, but if anybody knows of any young people that are doing inspiring, great things,
remember,
the community.
People need to understand one thing. It could be a simple thing, like the young person was always late for school, and then in the next 1 or 2 terms, they've been on time every day. We need to go back to basics. That's why I do. Go back to basics to say to your young person, you know what? The last 2 terms, you've been on time every day. Show them that you've noticed what they're doing, and I think that's where we got lost in society. You go to school, you get a certificate, you come home, you're gassed, you're so excited, right? Why? Because a simple certificate that's simple to us, but not to them.
Yeah,
and that's why I encourage people. It don't matter whatever the young person's turned their life around with, or their current situation. Like, I must admit, people do attack me to say, oh, why don't you award a young person that's turned their life around? I'll tell you why we tend not to do that. I leave that to other experts that's doing things like that.
Okay.
We try as much as we can to focus on some people that ask me things. Oh, I've never got in trouble, but I don't get to go on residential trips like Steven. Young people say things like, because they see what's going on. Unfortunately, we have to explain to them that because of Steven's situation, he needs extra intervention. He needs help. So
Yeah.
this is how, it's not a reward, but to another young person, yes, it is a reward.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so it's a thin line. Like I explained to you, people come at me. I have to tell them straight. I work with disadvantaged kids for the last 20 odd years. So whatever your opinion is about me, I actually don't care. Sometimes my son's got to tell me, Dad, be easy because they'll screenshot your answers.
But the thing is, because you've lived it and you've been there.
That's it. Your reality says a lot, because you're doing more than most people, and you're being an advocate for people who find themselves in difficult situation in the court system. And that's imperative, because, you know, not a lot of people are out there doing it. And then on top of that, you've created this situation, organization in which you celebrate the achievement of young people. Anybody who's got any questions for you, they need to keep it for themselves. And if they've got a question like that, they need to find the answer and sort it out for themselves. Yeah? Make themselves and what they do proud and gifted. So, you know, congratulations on what you've done. I cannot commend you enough. You know, well done. Well done. Now, from the point of view that you are here with us, we'd say to you that we want to support you. So at any time that you've got anything putting out there, please send it to BBR. We'll put it in there and we will support you and let people know what we're proud and gifted of our young people. So go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you.
Please do.
I think you notice with me, the one thing I don't do, because I think I like to keep it separate. I don't bombard people in WhatsApp neither. I'm trying to explain to people that when you're building something or when you're doing something, build it for the strangers, because your people that are around you every day, they're supporting you. You might not be shouting about it, because like when people post, oh, my family member don't post my thing. I tell a lot of people, think, when your family had a business, did you share it? And most of the time, the answer no.
Yeah.
So because you've started something, you expect family and your close friends to share your work when you didn't share their work. So life is
not always
it doesn't always work that way.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
But I appreciate the help, and yes, I was saying this stuff. We bought out our first magazine last December. It's just to say happy birthday. But today now, because I kind of did upset my designer, but I messaged him today and I said to him, before I go elsewhere, do you mind working again? He said, Steve, of course, man. He says, you put your hand up to your mistake. I said, yeah, because there's no point in lying in it, because I didn't do what I could have done, hand on heart. So we plan to bring out our first official, because the other one was like a promo magazine. We plan to bring out our first official magazine by the end of the year.
That's amazing.
Yeah, youth-led, young people stories with the odd elders, like youth centers and that. But that's again, that's something I've had written down from February of this year. And you know the mindset, you start something else, but that's my next big project. Yeah. That's my next
Steven. Nothing before it's time.
That's my next big project, is the magazine, because nothing beats having a product, which I've learned.
So what we need to do then is support that product on the BBR. Make sure that people actually
you get your copies. You get your copies, and
well, we need to know how to sell it. So you know, put it out there so that when you're on the BBR, people know where to go and get it.
Yeah, that's getting straight. See, the last time it was DM me. This time, straight to the website. Click it from the website. Boom.
And then you can book that. Exactly.
Imagine the last one. There's a DM me. Copy down the long, but I appreciate it.
It was all about learning. You see, that's why. All about learning the business. Every day is an improvement. And that's
but I've learned now. Link on the website gets posted out. No problem. Brilliant. 3 years. I must admit, so far, it's been I'll tell you why it's been an amazing journey. When the community show you love, it hits differently. And that's no disrespect to anybody outside the community. But when your community show you love, yeah. Oh man, seriously.
Well,
Because
that's what it is. But the final question, yeah. So we will leave. We don't.
You can ask the final question.
No. You go ahead. Go ahead.
So
no. You know what? No. I'd like Lorraine to ask the final question, please.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So the final question for you, Steve, for the evening is, what do you see as your legacy? What is the kind of legacy you would like to leave?
Just me personally, for myself, I want to be known as the man that had the biggest voice celebrating young people, especially Black boys and girls.
Amen to that.
My personal thing. And I said it earlier, you've got to stay away from it being about you. But if I can walk away with people knowing that he started something and he never eased up and he kept going until it was possible, that's good enough for me. Sorry, and also I've got a saying when I ask people, proud and gifted, what do we do? They repeat, we celebrate young people's achievements. Okay.
Oh, so let's go for it. Go on.
Proud and gifted, what do we do?
We celebrate young people's achievements.
All right.
Amen. Now, thank you very much for your time, Stephen.
Thank you. Listen, the plan was to have a young person here, but they admit they had coursework to do. They told me that last week.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I know your schedule's a lot, but if you get a break one day, I'd like to come back on it with at least 2 young people, because the young people I celebrate is from all different sectors.
Yeah.
Okay.
All different sectors. So if you've got a slot one day,
that would be amazing.
We will make one happen. We'll make one happen.
Yeah, even in the year's nearly finished, so early in the new year. But I'll be more than happy to do that. So your viewers and listeners can hear directly from the young person.
And that is definitely something that we are looking forward to doing. So no worries at all. We'll get that done. Yeah? We'll get that done.
That's amazing. And we look forward to that because, again, what you're doing there, Steve, is going to be remembered for a very long time. And for the young people, they're the ones later on that will be saying, you know what, without this gentleman, right, doing what he does, showing me that I am here and I exist and I am seeing what I'm doing, I would not be here. That's what you're going to get in years to come. So let us just continue doing, doing what we're doing, and for you as well. And I think once we've ring-fenced everything, it's only just going to lift us up even further. All right. So
2022, I've been dragging my feet. I'm definitely gonna have my first official big award ceremony. You know me already. I like to party, so
as long as you remember to give them the award.
Yeah. I've been dragging my feet, but I've been pulled back into line to say, Steve, come on, man. You need to get this done because 3 years lockdown helped me out because I couldn't be asked. But 2022 definitely our first
step up the next level.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Steve. Listen, my darling, it's been wonderful talking with you.
And we will be back.
Thank you to everyone that took time out to sit down with us over the last hour and people that's going to watch it in the future. Just remember one thing. Proud and gifted, what do? We celebrate young people's
achievements.
Thank you,
darling.
Take care. Blessing to you.
God bless. Look after yourself. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Well, that was fabulous.
That was brilliant. What great stuff that he's doing. Okay. And that's the kind of inspiring things that we want to show.
He actually goes out there. He actually goes out there and he celebrates those young people.
Yeah.
Right. Meets them where they are and he celebrates. Yeah, exactly. And that's the kind of thing that people should take inspiration from.
Yeah.
And as he said, create your own and go out there and celebrate. Let it be known.
Yeah.
let our young people be praised, because that's what we do. We need to praise them for the work that they do and for even achieving the littlest things.
The little things.
Yeah, because that's what gives them the impetus to move forward, right?
But
So,
anyway, thank you very much for joining us this evening. And next week
we have Mr. Rudy Page. Now, this man is a man of many business talents. And, you know, we're going to be talking about stepping over the barriers. And this man absolutely does know about the many barriers and how to circumvent them.
Yeah.
So we're going to be sitting down and talking to someone who can teach us a lot. So we need to get our notebooks out, notebooks and pens.
Most definitely
for next week.
All right.
So in the meantime, stay blessed, everybody.
Have a great week.
Have a great week.
And we'll see you next week, same time, same place. All right, then. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.